spiritual body. Now, how is this possible? Because by chanting the holy name of God with sincerity and determination, you are putting yourself on the spiritual ontological platform. Think about it. If you're calling out to God, calling his name, Vasudev, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, then you have to be on the same platform that he's on. Just like if I walk into the room and call you, hey, so-and-so, I'm in the same room with you. Right? Doesn't do me much good if I'm in a different room to call your name, does it? So, similarly, when we call God's name through the mantra, it means we are coming to the same ontological platform, the transcendental ontological platform. And on that platform of consciousness, the name of God and God himself are identical in quality. Because they are qualitatively identical, chanting the name of God is the same as being in the personal presence of God. Therefore, God is there whenever you chant. This is the great advantage of the esoteric teaching. We don't require a via medium, a savior, a church, or some other large structure to intervene between the individual and God. No, God is already there in our hearts, according to our philosophy, as the Paramatma, or super soul. So all we have to do is call him, and he's immediately there. Actually, he's already there, but we are not conscious of him. That's the problem. We are in the material ontology, which says we're stuck here in this mechanical universe, in a material body made out of meat, and we have no choice but to just stay here until this body falls apart, and then that's the end. No, not at all. That's just the beginning of real spiritual life. Death is a process of transformation where we can leave this material world completely and go to the spiritual world. But to do that successfully, we have to prepare for death now. How do we do that? Again, by chanting the holy name. The holy name is so powerful that it automatically removes all the contaminations and disqualifications of material consciousness. And it puts us on a spiritual platform where we can actually cognize our spiritual body. And there are 5 kinds of spiritual bodies or relationships with God: neutrality, servitude, friendship, parenthood, and conjugal love. Which one do we belong to? Well, nobody can tell you that. You have to find that out for yourself. The way you find it out is by chanting the name of God. Now, you also need to study the scriptures to get the background philosophy. It's good to listen to these podcasts, but I can't tell you everything in just a few minutes. There's so much to know. The best thing is to read the Bhagavad Gita. Not just any Bhagavad Gita, because most of the Bhagavad Gitas on the market are misinterpretations of the original intent of Bhagavad Gita. So the best Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita as it is, by my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And this is available from asitis.com. If you go there, you can read the original Gita online, or you can purchase a copy, a hardbound copy, for about $10. It's a really good deal. So we recommend that. And the next stage is to form your own local group for studying the esoteric teaching. Why? Because you need association to advance in spiritual life. Or I should say, you need association to remain advanced in spiritual life. Advancing in spiritual life is easy. Staying there is hard. Why? Because we are surrounded by a materialistic culture, and everyone, including our friends, our family, and everyone around us will try to drag us down back into material consciousness. Oh, why are you becoming a vegetarian? Come on, let's go to McDonald's and chow down. You know, that sort of thing. Peer pressure. So, because the material world is full of envy and jealousy, anyone who develops any good qualities will find that others try to stop him, and then even if he is successful, they try to again bring him down to their level. This is natural in material consciousness. In spiritual consciousness, it's different. In spiritual consciousness, when a friend of ours makes some advancement or has some success, we feel happy for them. Love means that we desire all good fortune for those we love. So if we really love our friends, when we see them becoming successful spiritually or materially for that matter, we don't envy them. We don't try to tear them down. We encourage them and we help them stay in good fortune. So we need to form a group for the study of the esoteric teaching. Here down in Mississippi, we're forming local groups on the Gulf Coast, in New Orleans, Destrehan, a suburb of New Orleans, up in Hattiesburg, little groups that meet once a week. All you have to do is get 2 or 3 of your friends who are interested in spiritual things and play them some of these lectures from the esoteric teaching, and then chant a little bit together and discuss. You know, form good, warm friendships around the spiritual teachings. And this will form a bond of spiritual camaraderie that will help you advance and will help you continue these spiritual teachings. So gradually we're going to form more and more of these groups all over the place until we have a national or even international network. That means you'll be able to travel and go to other cities and meet people who are into the same things you are. Stay with them and worship with them, practice yoga with them, meditate with them, and discuss this wonderful philosophy. So that's what's going on in the esoteric teaching community. And this podcast is kind of the seed or the center of that community. Of course, we invite everyone to come to this site and download these podcasts for free. This is our gift to humanity, because actually we have attained the perfection of the esoteric teaching. We've experienced this face-to-face contact with God, or I should say we do experience it as an ongoing thing. And you can too. If we can do it, you can do it. I started out 35 years ago as a burned-out professional musician, and I had done everything that you can do, everything crazy that you can do, I did. And I was pretty much at the end of my rope creatively and emotionally and so on. But then my spiritual master helped me to understand what the real purpose of life is. It's not just about material enjoyment. It's not just about making money. It's not about power. It's not even about material so-called love. What this life is really about, and the real opportunity of this life, is to advance spiritually and rediscover our perfect bodies. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of My Perfect Body. This is David Hughes, your host, reminding you to visit us on the web at esotericteaching.org, where you can purchase the complete Esoteric Teaching Introductory Seminar DVD and many CDs of transcendental music and mantras.